Hey, good morning. Welcome to your one-stop shop for high vibrations.
It's your morning elevation. I'm Steven.
I'm Kylie.
And today we're going to be talking about taking care of your physical health to essentially boost your vibrational energy.
Absolutely. This is something that is so important to us. We're all about vegan holistic health in particular. It has absolutely changed our life over the last 2 years. We're not only going to be talking about nutrition, but that is kind of the first thing I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
We specifically follow a whole food, plant-based lifestyle, and we find that it is very important to be filling your body with the best foods possible.
Right. That means whole foods. That means whole grains, whole legumes, whole vegetables, whole fruits, whole nuts, whole seeds, all the foods that are plant-based in their whole form, because that is where you will get the most benefit from, because the fiber is what helps your body regulate the digestion. When you eat things that are processed, it's too easy for your body to absorb too much of the caloric intake, and you lack the minerals and the nutrients you would get with all the fiber that comes with it.
Yeah, and I just want to mention, since we're posting this today, it is Earth Day. Just popped into my head. And this is the most sustainable diet on the planet.
Definitely.
Not only for your health, but for the planet. So definitely our top tip for being sustainable or implementing in more sustainable activities is to change your diet. Start thinking about what you're consuming. Start thinking about what you're putting your money towards and how it's actually not only affecting you, but how it's affecting the entire world.
Right, so not only is eating such a big part of everyone's daily life, you eat 3 meals a day typically, and you'll be snacking, but not only that, you'll be affecting your own life, your children's lives, the people's lives around you by the food you share with them, the food that you cook for them, the recipes you share with them. The life that you're living is going to reflect into other people's lives. So if you're living your best life, your most high vibrational life, through a whole food plant-based diet, you will translate that into other people's lives, because they will get the best you that you can be, which will help them become the best them they can be as well. And I think that's extremely important, you know?
Absolutely. I definitely foresee a video in the future where we just talk about a whole food plant-based diet. So stay tuned for that. But the next thing that I wanted to talk about, which definitely plays a role with nutrition, is hydration. Making sure that you are keeping your body hydrated. Not only will, when you consume more plants, will you be more hydrated, because fruits and vegetables and all of those things are very hydrated.
They're high in water content, so you're automatically... I remember when we first went on a whole food plant-based diet, I wouldn't drink any water at all, and I would be very hydrated. I'd have to pee.
We don't recommend that, but
no, but
it is one.
I would be,
point.
I'd have to pee like relatively several times a day, more than I would normally have to, and all I literally was doing was eating like food that was just high in water, so it was just automatically hydrating my body.
Definitely.
So that was extremely important. But on the other hand, drinking lots of beverages, water-based beverages, not necessarily juices, but maybe fresh juices if you want. But tea, coffee, water.
Yeah, you can get your water in so many ways, but I definitely do recommend prioritizing, even if you aren't like a big water drinker, just kind of practicing implementing more of it into your life. You'll notice the more that you start drinking water on a regular basis, the more you'll crave it, and it'll become just like a natural habit. So we have water right here and tea. We're always hydrating. It's a necessity for sure. And that kind of goes along with exercising. So when you're exercising, this is a huge part of your physical and mental and spiritual health. But when you're exercising more, you're going to notice that you're going to be craving more hydration. Like your body craves more nutrients because it needs to replenish, it needs to revitalize. And exercising is one way that we stay healthy. It lifts our vibrations, it raises them every morning, and we try to get it done earlier in the day than later, so that we're kind of starting our day off on the right note.
Yeah, and everyone knows that exercising is good for their physical well-being and their health, because when you essentially stress your body in a way every day where you're exercising, it causes your body to be able to relax easier, to essentially stress less in the future. And that is extremely important because stress is like the opposite of being high vibrational. You don't want to be stressed, so exercising is essentially your way of being the sculptor to your mind and your body. When you push your physical body to different stresses, it's like you taking the chisel and really working your body and your mind to focus on what it is to make you happy, really.
Absolutely. Yeah. Exercising, I always notice, like, sometimes in the morning, until you've created that habit, till it's become a habit in your life, maybe in the morning you're kind of like dreading it and you kind of don't really want to do it. I know that's how I kind of am when it comes to like high intensity workouts. I'm always like yoga all day, but when it comes to like super like running or like high intensity workouts, I'm kind of still working on making it a habit. But I always notice after I'm done completing our high intensity workout, then our yoga and our meditation, like I'm so happy that I did them. And it just makes the rest of my day so much better because you just feel that sense of like accomplishment. And you feel it not only physically, but mentally and spiritually as well.
And not only is that important, but when it comes to moving in general, I just think of it as like a stagnant water situation. If water is not moving, it accumulates disease, it accumulates bacteria, algae, it starts to overgrow. It doesn't look like healthy water compared to water that is flowing like a river where the water is constantly putting in new energy, new revitalizing like movement that will create that high vibrational energy. And that's essentially what you're doing with your body when you exercise. You are moving the bad out and taking in all of the good. That is the energy aspect of it.
Definitely. And one last note on that before we move on to the next kind of thing that we wanted to talk about is that I noticed too, it helps so much with digestion in what he was mentioning. Like if I ever feel any type of bloating, the first thing that I like, my intuition tells me is like, go move, go for a walk, go do some stretching, do some twists, get your
digestion fired up,
digestion going, moving out the gas, and yeah, just eliminating it. So that moves right into nature time. So typically nature time, we'll go for a walk. We have a park right across the street. I know with everything that's going on, not everyone has that luxury, but if any way, shape, or form you can get out into your backyard, your front yard, a little park across the street, just walking around your neighborhood, some type of time spent outdoors. It allows you to connect with nature. It's good for your physical, mental, and spiritual health when you are connected with the most high vibrational thing in the world, which is plants. So not only consuming them now, but being surrounded by them and really feeling their energy.
And like she said, not all of you may have that opportunity to be outside and surround yourself with nature in its most original form, which is outside in nature. But if you could maybe surround yourself inside with plants as well, that will also raise your vibrational energy. It'll make you happier and make your physical well-being less stressed. You'll feel the plants taking in your carbon dioxide, giving you oxygen, nourishing you, and essentially raising your vibration.
Definitely. I have thoroughly enjoyed, we don't have many plants in the house right now, but I've thoroughly enjoyed like waking up every morning and watering the plants, going out in the backyard and watering the plants. It just gives me such this like peaceful feeling and knowing that I'm like contributing to the growth of more energy in the world. So it's a really beautiful feeling.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure. And another thing that we wanted to talk about is hygiene. So kind of just, I mean, this one is kind of common sense, obviously, but, and I know that we've mentioned it, or I've mentioned it in one of our past videos, but even though we're like sitting in the house and maybe we're not going out all the time anymore, it's still very important to be taking care of our hygiene.
Exactly, yeah.
So not only exercising, but
showering, brushing your teeth, brushing your hair, you know, making sure you clean your face, your body, your skin, because, you know, as eating the healthiest foods will help clean out your insides, you need to also maintain that exterior cleanliness, because when it comes to absorbing everything, you want to feel good, you want to be in a good space, you want your feel good in your own body, and you want to like look at yourself in the mirror and see your smile and be like, that's a clean smile. I love it. I love that look on him. And, you know, I mean, I look at myself in the mirror every day, and especially after I brush my teeth, I'm just like so happy. I'm like, that's a beautiful smile right there. That makes me happy. And like after you get out of the shower, I know all of us probably feel the same way. When you feel nice and clean, you feel at home in your own body. And I think that's important, especially because the more you feel good, the better you're gonna feel, and the more you're kind of in that space, the more growth you'll have in that space. So
yeah, definitely. There's nothing quite like doing like an intense workout where you're just like drenched with sweat, taking off your clothes as they stick to your body, and
very descriptive.
And then taking a nice shower, and like it's just such a good feeling. I'm sure you guys can all relate.
Yeah.
But another really important part of hygiene is getting enough sleep. Prioritizing this is something that we're constantly working on, because, you know, I mean, Netflix, you know, since that's come out, that's been a big like thing that people
it hasn't came out that long though, but
like it's like a natural thing to like binge, or just like stay on your phone or scroll or go on YouTube and binge all those videos, and like it ends up keeping you up to like unnatural times. So when we are prioritizing our sleep and actually making and becoming aware, like, oh wow, like if I get to sleep at a normal time or a decent time and give myself 7-8 hours of time to sleep and fully rest and revitalize and replenish all of your cells, and give your body time to fully digest the food that you ate from dinner the night before, and then you wake up feeling so much better. You have the energy that you need to get through the day without having those periods of like drag, or like I need to take a nap. And naps are good. I'm still working on incorporating those. But when you get enough sleep, it just makes everything feel so much better.
Yeah, and like I was saying, we're in not only a pandemic with the virus out there, but we're also in a technological pandemic where everyone is glued to their screens. Everyone is constantly using technology for every part of their day, and so you're constantly using your mind for that technology. You're constantly using all that energy for technology, and when you go to sleep, you're resting your body and your mind, and you really need to replenish the cells in your brain by letting them rest, by letting them recover and grow and create new connections. And I mean, when you sleep, you really do. Everything that happens in your day, everything you learn gets put into your brain and organized in a way that you can access it when you sleep. So sleeping is extremely important, especially if you want to be more productive, whether it's with work, being more creative, just being more physically aware of what you're able to completely do. It's all dependent on your rest. If you only get like 3 hours of sleep, or less than the amount of sleep that you need, and you try to do some exercising or do work on a big project, you're gonna fry. Your brain's gonna shut down. You're not gonna be able to work, and you'll only be able to be putting out what you are able to put in. 2 hours of sleep, you might be able to get in 2 hours worth of work, and then everything else after that's gonna be crap. So it's extremely important to rest your body with sleep, like Kylie said, with naps. Try to go to bed at a certain time. We've been trying to set aside our phones after 7 p.m. because when you have that artificial light in your eyes and that attention span, it causes you to overthink, causes you to stay awake, not to get good sleep. It actually happened last night. Kylie and me were on our devices till about like 10 or 11 o'clock. We tried to fall asleep, and it was difficult. We both were already like still wired, still awake. It was just very rough. It was unnatural. And I noticed when we were in Maui, we didn't necessarily have Wi-Fi as much, so we never really had a reason to be on our phones. So when it got dark outside, we just got tired and we just went to bed, because that's just how it was. And, you know, I think a lot of us can really use from trying to shut our devices off for probably like a 12-hour period, especially at nighttime. So from 7 at night till maybe 7 in the morning, that gives you a couple hours at night to settle into till nighttime, relax, be able to get a good night's sleep. And then when you wake up in the morning, maybe before 7 or maybe at 7, you could go on your device right away, but maybe try to push off about 30 minutes to an hour before you even look at your phone or your computer or any technology, so that way you can kind of really reset and be on your natural rhythm.
Absolutely, definitely. And that's why we decided on doing our tech-free and social media-free weekends moving forward. I'm really actually so excited to be implementing those in on a regular basis because I've received so much benefit from just 2 days of doing it. So we both look forward to updating you on the continued benefits of doing just that.
Yeah, definitely.
But with that being said, we really hope this served you. I know a lot of it was common knowledge, but I think it's so important sometimes to just go back to the basics and really realize that I know it's common knowledge, but maybe I'm not implementing in as much of it as I would like. Right. So we're constantly just trying to plant seeds in any way that we can in a very high vibrational way during our morning elevations. But with that being said, we would love to know what things you are doing to be healthy in this time of quarantine or what you do on a regular basis.
Yeah, just comment down below how you are staying healthy, like whether it's reading a book and keeping your mind occupied and growing your mind, or if it's just, going for a run or sitting in the park or eating a green or drinking a green smoothie every morning or whatever it is. Like, let us know in the comments below. And with that said,
make sure to let us know in the comments below, like this video, and subscribe to our channel, Morning Elevation. And once you have done all of those 3 things, take a screenshot of your comment and you can send it over to
@ElevatedChai on Instagram. And from there, we will send you a coupon for 10% off of our chai.
Yes.
We love it. We drink it every morning. It's super high vibrational.
Extremely.
And with the fresh ginger, it really helps with mental clarity, digestion, firing you up. And really, for me right now, I have a little bit of a stuffy nose. It's helping clear out my sinuses. It's making me feel so much more awake and alive. And I really think everyone could benefit from it. So just, try it if you want. And yeah,
definitely the perfect time. We haven't done a sale in a little while, so this is the perfect time to kind of get your hands on it to see if you enjoy it and if it serves you and your life. So yeah, just go through those steps. I will leave them in the comments below in case you didn't make it to the end. And we just love you guys so much and are always sending so much love your way.
All right.
Namaste.
Namaste.